I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. I was like, I couldn't believe that I was a candidate at 37 years old for a shoulder replacement. I joined the Air Force in 2007. On typical deployment for me, I would help get the cargo on the planes, get it to the deploy location, download it, and then facilitate any movement therefore after and get our guys home. And it was July day in 2013. I was on the back of a C-17 loading a big piece of cargo, and it got stuck, and I felt my shoulder go out the back and dislocate pretty painfully. I was pretty much down for the count. I had a sling on and took ibuprofen, had a hard time sleeping. I saw the surgeon, had my shoulder repaired, so I was getting steroid injections quarterly, kind of managing what I did to get through life, I guess. It was definitely a long journey with pain. I had to kind of calculate how I was going to do things that normally I didn't have to think about. Not feeling 100% sure holding your kid, walking around, afraid you're going to trip or lose grip of one of them because, I don't have the stability. I went to go get another steroid injection. They pretty much told me you're going to need a shoulder replacement. Faced with having to make a decision about getting a shoulder replacement, what I was really looking for was not necessarily somebody who's like a jack of all trades. I was looking for somebody who's mastered shoulder replacement and does a lot of shoulder replacements consistently. Dr. Favorito's name kept coming up over and over and over again, and that's how I got to Christ and Dr. Favorito. He really kind of walked through my anatomy. I was 81% dislocated. Like when I was losing bone, that was kind of the deciding factor.
When we think about shoulder replacement in our younger patients, we would like to try to recreate the anatomy as best we can. So we did some research looking at a specific type of component for shoulder replacement. And the way shoulders work is that you have metal on one side and plastic on the other side, and the plastic makes up for the new socket. If you've had arthritis for a long period of time, you often lose some of the bone in your socket. And it's really important to have the ball and the socket properly oriented. If they're not properly oriented, you can have still pain, decreased range of motion, even a shoulder which will dislocate. So we don't want that. So essentially what I've done is begun using a product that will help reorient the socket properly. We take the humerus side and we cut it, and then we put in a new stem and a new metal piece. And then on the socket side, we put in a new piece of plastic. This is our polyethylene component, similar to what we used for Jake, where we see the 3 peripheral pegs and the central post. But if you look at one side, there's no augment or buildup, but if you look at the other side, there is. So having something like this has the added benefit of providing that cushion that he needs and making up for the bone loss.
I had relief from my shoulder within like 3 weeks. It was amazing. I started feeling really good probably 10, 12 weeks post-op. Starting to really get back to feeling normal. I got the okay to start lifting stuff, doing more, and picked up my girls, and it was just amazing. It was pain-free. The stability too. I think that was another thing I really wasn't expecting, because I had lived with a loose shoulder for 11 years. Feel like I got a new lease on life thanks to Dr. Favorito and his team.
The reality is that I'm here to improve someone's quality of life. Jake probably thinks he got the best gift, but I got a great one too, because Jake's doing super well, and that's what's important for us.